he doesn't give a stone to his children when they ask him for bread. Okay, let's get into the text. So I just wanted to go into that, guys, because there's just something about what he's doing in small beginnings. He's releasing something in small beginnings. He's releasing seed time and harvest, you know. Some of that, you know, in all, again, it's in all areas of our life. Some of it is going to be in our money. He wants us to sow seed in money. Again, it's not about King's church. It's about his kingdom. What is he? How do we give him our, you know, where the heart is, there your treasure will be, right? Or where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. And it's like, so whatever it is, it's the smallest thing. Some of the most significant things of impact in my life have been what seemingly in the moment was insignificant. You know, I've been in the kind of charismatic world for a long time. And it's just, I don't know, I didn't live, when I got born again in 2007. And again, just walking through the life of the new birth every single day. And in 2007, I didn't have much church-like experience. I grew up in church, but it wasn't, you know, it was good, but we kind of, you know, there was a long season where I just wasn't very church, I should say. And most of that was in my, you know, young adult life, and I was just rebelling from God and just running and doing my own thing. So when what happened, in about 2006, I'm driving in my car, and I'm leaving a girl's house, and I hear the Lord speak to me in my heart for the first time. And if you've never had that happen to you, I would just say that this book is amazing. But if God doesn't speak to us, I love this book. This is God's word. This is God's word. But if I got married and I gave my wife a letter and then never talked to her again, what kind of relationship would that be? Okay? So God speaks to me in 2006, and I'll just put it this way. You can take it for however you want it. In 2006, I wasn't looking for God. I was looking for girls and looking to just live my own kingdom. And he said all kinds of things, but what really struck me was that it propelled me into this reality where I didn't know how to do church as usual. And it's like, you guys may see that. It's like, I don't know how to do, like, the normal thing. Like, I don't know how to come to church and just check off the box. I've never lived it. Because God, in 2006, apprehended me, actually 2007, February, apprehended me to this bizarre life of fasting and prayer and living radically and submitted to God. Now, okay, that's not to say, hey, Chuck, I was so disqualified. And he took that disqualified seed, poured the water of his Spirit on it, baptized me with fire, and I haven't been able to live the same since. I was addicted to drugs, I was addicted to alcohol, I was addicted to porn, I was addicted to nail biting. I was addicted to everything you can imagine. And in a couple of moments, not just that one moment when he spoke to me, I didn't even change yet. One of the things he said was, hey, stop trying to sleep with that girl. You should honor her. I didn't listen. He said, stop getting drunk with her. You should honor her. And I didn't listen, and I kept going and trying to hang out and manipulate and use her. And then, you know, just kept living the life for a little while. Until a friend of mine, Josh Karatman, and I've told this story once before, Josh Karatman and I, we both kind of got apprehended by the Lord around the same time, Keegan Weatherford. And then like a large group of others. It's just God was doing something special, and he's still doing it. He hasn't stopped, is my point, is that we are on a hinge point right now, where right now it seems like everyone's asleep, or it seems like the tide has gone out. But people have said the wave is coming, but it looks like something else has happened. And it's like, God, can you move like that again? I can't tell you how many people that I know my age can point back either a reconversion experience or they came to the Lord for the first time in that time frame. So many people my age, young adults, 20 to 25-year-olds, who came to the Lord in 2006, 2004 to like 2010 because of what God was doing in the earth. And he's still doing it. He's always moving. People obviously always coming to the Lord. But it was a seed. It was this small thing, and I didn't know what was happening, and I got caught up in it. And I have not known how to do just the normal, whatever it is. I don't know what the routine is. I don't want to know. I mean, like, I believe he does everything decently and in order, right? But his order it's not the order of man. I mean, it's so far above. You read in Genesis chapter 1, you see the way that he begins to create heaven and earth. And he creates the fish and the birds. And he creates these mirrored, married pairs. Even Adam and Eve, you see it, there's this connection that everything is called to be mirrored and married together. Man and woman, earth and sky, heaven and earth. And you begin to see how God has set up this heavenly order. And then obviously there's chaos. The Holy Spirit's hovering over the chaos. He's hovering over the darkness. And our primary role as the family of God on the earth was to release the reality of Eden and spread. He put man in the garden. It says that he, in Genesis 2, chapter 2, I think it's verse 15. It says that he put man, it says that he planted this is what's amazing. So a lot of us think that Eden was the whole earth. It says that he put the garden in Eden and put the man in the garden. And then it says, so that the man could work it and keep it. So mankind, this is in the garden. Work, how many of you guys know, work is not a result of the fall? How many of you guys, come on, raise your hand. How many of you guys have felt work that feels like this is the fall? Because it is, right? Because there's two modes of being. Because Adam did fall. And Psalm 127 shows us a different type of work. It says, unless the Lord builds the house, they labor in vain who build it. Unless the Lord God watches over the city, the watchmen keep awake in vain. It says, do not wake up early and retire late to eat the bread of anxious toil. What's anxious toil? It's that sweat of your brow. It's that place where Adam had fallen from the relationship. He had fallen. They had bit the fruit of the lie of identity. They had stepped in. Well, surely God has not said it. And they begin toiling according to their own work and according to the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. I don't need the tree of life. I don't need a relationship. I can do ethics on my own. I can do theology on my own. I can do all this stuff on my own. Just give me the knowledge. Just give me the good and the evil. I'll figure it out on myself. The tree of life. What's that? That's the story of the fall of man. We stepped into that. That's the seed form, that seed of sin that entered into the world. But the point is that God had released a calling on humanity. He released a mandate on humanity to spread forth and multiply. And his vision for this was family. And I know, many of us, we have broken families. I mean, listen, this is the story of reality is that, listen, you think your family was broken. God's family was broken from the beginning. God's family is the broken family. But Jesus said his body was broken so that we would remember and put back together the family, or put back together the body. Right? He said, do this in remembrance of me. And he presses the bread and he breaks it. Do this in remembrance. He remembered. He started to put back together the members of the body, the members of the family. And you see this all throughout the scripture. And I'm not going to get into the text. I'll give you guys an overview. You guys can be good Bereans and go make sure that I'm doing my homework. In Luke chapter 22, we see Jesus bringing the disciples into the Garden of Gethsemane, and it's on the Mount of Olives. And here's the correlation that you're supposed to be seeing. Here's what Luke wants you to see. This is why some people are like, well, how come the Gospels don't say the same thing in each Gospel? Because you need to get these different perspectives so you have a better picture of what's being done. The reason, so this story is in all four Gospels, but the reason that you see the word Gethsemane is not used in Luke chapter 22 is because you need to know that it's on the Mount of Olives. You need to know that it was in Gethsemane in a garden, but you also need to know that the garden was a mountain. Why is that important? Eden wasn't just a garden. Eden was the garden of pleasure. In Ezekiel chapter 28, verse 13, is talking about Satan. He said, I got it. Let's turn to it. Ezekiel 28. Give us an idea of how the seed came into the world, who this snake was that was talking to our original parents. It says in chapter 28 of Ezekiel, verse 13, you were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone, and here's what you need to know about these descriptions of precious stones. This is the Hebrew writer's way of letting you know this is a divine being. This is a member of the heavenly host who has rebelled against Yahweh. This isn't just, hey, there's some stones here, what is all that about? This is about, this was a royal prince of the heavenly host, and he has rejected and rebelled against God. You were in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was your covering: sardius, topaz, diamond, beryl, onyx, jasper, sapphire, emerald, carbuncle, and crafted in gold. Again, just these ideas of shimmery beings. How many oftentimes do you guys see Jesus, even in the theophanies in the Old Testament, when the Son of God, the angel of the Lord is manifested, he's shining like bronze. The way that the writers want you to know, this is not a normal person. This is the pre-incarnate Jesus, and he's showing up on the scene because he's moving and getting stuff done. Even in the book of Revelation, we see it the same way. And here he is. It says, you were crafted in gold. Gold was your settings and your engravings. On the day you were created, they were prepared. You were the anointed guardian cherub. I placed you on the holy mountain. So verse 13 says, you were in Eden. Verse 14 says that you were placed on the holy mountain of God. You recognize that this place, what Eden was meant to be, is that touch point of heaven and earth. Why do you think later on, when we get to the story of Babel, what they build is this tower to touch heaven? What is that? It's a man-made mountain. Many scholars believe that the Tower of Babel is a ziggurat. It's a man-made mountain. What's the point of that? It's because we wanted to exalt ourselves as God. We'd come under the demonic reign of Satan. We've come under the divine, that rebellious being, the first rebel, and we're operating under his will and his way. It's the seed. And we know that the seed had spread quite quickly because God, what does he do? We think, oh, well, the flood, God was so evil that he flooded the earth. You know, we have issues with this. Guys, we don't recognize the type of evil that had been unleashed in the earth. That it says that all had fallen. It says that all had gone astray and all of their thoughts were evil day and night. Have you ever imagined what it would be like? And I've lived in that reality. That's where I was at in 2006. All my thoughts were evil, all the time. I couldn't control them even. You know, I'd have fantasies and demonic fantasies and things completely perverse, and they would just run through like ticker tape in my mind. Dreams and just visions while I'm sleeping and just horrible, horrible images. All of my thoughts were evil. While you're in that place, when you're under the mode of Adam, you're in that place of flesh and carnality, when you're staying under that place. The thing that's so amazing about the gospel is that through the torn veil of Jesus, the flesh of Jesus, he has made a way for us to step out of that place of anxious toil by faith in his grace. Well, that's the thing that God, floods the earth. You guys know the story. And he deals with that. And what does he do? What's the first thing that God does after the flood? He reestablishes the family. He saves a remnant. He says, family is going to be the weapon in the hand of the Lord, like arrows in the hands of a warrior, Psalm 127:4, or the children of one's youth. God is reestablishing family and order. And I'm telling you what, churches, they do not come up